I'm Mandy Bujold, and I'm a 7-time Canadian boxing champion and a Pan Am Games gold medalist.
The idea of boxing came to this 24-year-old multi-award-winning New Brunswick-born boxer when she was just a little girl.
I actually had a boxing bag in my basement growing up. So I had 2 older brothers, and we just went to buy a bag just for something to do, something to hit, and I used to be the one that used to go down and hit the most, actually. When I moved to Kitchener 8 years ago, I decided to try it, and I started training. I fell in love with it, and I realized it was my passion, and just continued training.
Before discovering her passion, Mandy says she tried just about everything.
I did a lot of arrhythmic gymnastics. I did baton twirling. My parents tried to put us in a little bit of everything, but nothing ever stuck.
To be a young woman in boxing isn't always the easiest fight.
One of the challenges is that it is a man's sport, and there's times where you don't get accepted, or people think, boxing really, or they just think just because you're a girl in boxing that you're no good at it. Now that it's more mainstream, watch it on YouTube or whatever, people are starting to accept it more and starting to really see that women can do what the men do. There's always challenges, but try not to focus on them, just really focus on the positive.
At a merely 5'3" and weighing 51 kilograms, she faces her challenges head on.
For me, I just want to see how far I can go. I just, every day coming to the gym, I just want to see how much farther I can push myself. I want to see, the level that I can reach, and and I know that I can get to the Olympics, even though I'm not going to be there this summer. 2016, I know for sure it'll be my time to shine.
We can't not talk about the Olympics. How did you handle that heartbreak when you didn't qualify this time?
It's discouraging for me a little bit to know that all that hard work and not being able to go to the Olympics, knowing that I should be there, knowing that I've beat a lot of people that are going to be there, but it's something that you have to deal with, and I don't think I can just totally erase it from my mind. I think it's going to be tough for me to watch the Olympics this year and see that. So, but you got to deal with it, and you got to look forward, and there's nothing we can do about it now.
It was a shock. It was a letdown on several different levels. Obviously, at the end of the day, Mandy didn't qualify, and then that hurt. But deep down inside, we knew there was still a possibility, because she was the best boxer in the Americas, and we thought for sure she would get a wild card position. And of course, once that didn't pan out, that was a severe letdown.
My faith plays a big role in what I do, and knowing that God's with me all the time, and He always protects me, and you know what, there's got to be a reason for me not going, and just putting it in His hands and knowing that He's going to see me through, and that He's going to deal with it and help me get to the next one.
The 12 girls that are representing their countries, I applaud them. I think it's great. Unfortunately, we're not going to be part of it. And with Mandy, she'll just pick up and train.
Mandy, you've had endless challenges, but what has been your biggest success so far?
Some of the major ones, winning my national championships 7 years in a row. So pretty much every year I've been there, I've won. And it's not always easy, and there's always new competitors there, but it's always a tournament that I focus 100% on, and I know that I've got to make that team to compete internationally. And the other one would be probably winning the Pan Am gold last September. So it was the very first time for women's boxing in the major games, and I was able to go there and compete in the very first bout and then go on to win a gold medal. So I was pretty proud of that.
She's also proud of her personal relationship with God.
I always pray before going into my fights, just knowing that you're going in there and it's a rough competition, and just being able to be calm and know that God's in there protecting me is always important. I don't think I'd want to get into the ring if He wasn't. Yeah, and I read a few scriptures. I read Deuteronomy 28 and I read Psalms 91. So I usually go through and read them all. I always have my Bible with me, and that's just something that I've done before every fight, and I'm going to continue to do so.
Mandy, when you coach the young people, if there's one thing that they can take away from you, what would that be?
I want the kids to come in here and have fun and enjoy the sport, and not worry about what happens outside of the ring. I think boxing brings confidence to a lot of these kids and gives them an outlet for different things, because there's a lot of troubled kids that come into a boxing ring to try and find that, and I think a lot of them do find it through boxing.
So it's just nice and fast, but you don't have to do every one.
As she shifts her focus towards the 2016 Olympics, Mandy says she always remembers where her strength comes from.
God's with me, and some people think, that because you're in a rough sport that you're not going to have that protection, or maybe they don't think that you should be doing something like that, but it's a sport, and when if you know what really goes behind the sport and how much technique and everything is behind it, it's so different, and I know that this is I'm where I am today because of him, and not because of what I do. So.
In Kitchener-Waterloo, Mindy Tweedle, 100 Huntley Street.